All right, so let's start with the big story, which is Elon's tweets. Now, we always report Elon's tweets on the show, but this week he's been very controversial.
Controversial, to say the least. He's crazy. He's certifiably insane. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe he's allowed to run a company.
Well, let's go through his tweets and you can tell me what you're upset about. So I just want to mention that Jesse and I are neither medical nor legal experts. So we're just going to be reading his tweets and trying to explain what we think he was talking about. We'll be talking more about our opinions about this on the Patreon bonus stories. All right, so his first tweet here is Silicon Valley has become Sanctimonious Valley. Too much the moral arbiter of the world. And Ronald said, overtaking Hollywood. Elon said, which isn't easy.
Okay, but wait, I didn't even hear about this tweet. Also, what does sanctimonious mean?
Yeah, like the arbiters of what's right and wrong in the world.
You're still using a lot of big words there, arbiters. So basically, they're the people who are in charge of what is considered
the moral direction of the country.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this isn't what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you're upset about this one. Elon said, "Give people their freedom back," and then posted a link to an opinion piece from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit more on track of what we're talking about here.
Or maybe when he said, bravo, Texas. And this was in reference to the fact that Texas is reopening their state.
I don't know.
Well, Loving Pope of Muscanity said, if the CFR is as low as the Santa Clara Stanford study, 0.12%, this one appears to have errors in data analysis and be biased on Facebook advertising, or even closer to Iceland, 0.7% for closed cases. Reopening carefully with proper social distancing would be the ethical thing. And Elon said, yes, reopen with care and appropriate protection, but don't put everyone under the de facto house arrest.
Okay, I mean, this isn't really the tweet that everyone's talking about.
Phil LeBeau from CNBC said, Tesla CEO Elon Musk blasts the shelter-in-place orders to say that they cannot leave their house and they will be arrested if they do. This is fascist. This is not democratic. This is not freedom. Give people back their goddamn freedom. Elon Musk said, hell yeah. That was a quote from the Q1 earnings report that we reported on last week.
Yeah, I mean,
is that the one that's getting you upset?
Well, no, that's not it either.
Okay.
I mean, people are upset about this one. There's lots of people upset about all of this stuff, but this isn't even the one that most people are that upset about.
Okay, how about this one? Elon said, yes, reopen with care and appropriate protection, but don't put everyone under de facto house arrest. And Viv said, that's what Germany started doing this week too. And Elon said, very sensible. So is that what you're upset about?
No, it's bad. He shouldn't be saying these things.
Okay.
He shouldn't have these opinions.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
How about this one? So Kimball Musk, his brother, tweeted out, Colorado is also doing well. Slow and steady improvement, and our governor has ended the stay-at-home order. New York City has the subway, which is not just about being outside. That will drive massive contagion. New York City is being handled well by Cuomo and needs to continue to be a special case. And Elon said, bravo, governor of Colorado. Is that what's making you mad?
Again, no, not well. Yes, but people are upset about this. I don't know.
Okay, this one then. Elon tweeted out, hospitals in California have been half empty this whole time. And he tweeted out a graph showing out the actual data of how busy they've been.
Okay, well, yeah, you can find anything on the internet, but again, this isn't what I'm upset about.
Well, that data is from the California Health and Human Services Department.
Okay,
so,
whatever.
I mean,
but this isn't even this isn't what everyone's upset
so you're
about.
upset about this one then. This must be the one you're getting upset at. Elon said, I am selling almost all physical possessions, will own no house.
Yeah, I'm not as upset about it, but it definitely shows that he's crazy.
He said, just one stipulation on the sale. I own Gene Wilder's old house. It cannot be torn down or lose any of its soul. And then Elon said, my girlfriend Grimes is mad at me. And when asked why, he said, freedom.
Okay, yeah, it just goes to show how crazy he is.
And then he did start tweeting out the lyrics to the national anthem.
Yeah, he's crazy. Wow, what a crazy, kooky thing to be tweeting.
The Modest Rose said, I'm shocked so many people don't seem to understand his meaning here. The Star-Spangled Banner is the personification of what it means to be an American, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Does it still exist? Are you just going to let it fall? It's a call to arms. And Elon said, exactly. Are we still free? Are we still brave? Hell yeah. So that's what you're upset about.
Okay, yeah, he's crazy, clearly. But I mean, the real reason why we're all upset at Elon...
is this one.
Yeah, Tesla stock price is too high, IMO. Elon, that's your own company. Why should you do that? Oh, I lost so much money. This is you can't do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would agree with you. The SEC had put regulations in place that said that he had to have all of his tweets checked if they were to talk about certain issues. And one of the issues was any information about the company's financial condition or guidance. And I kind of feel like if the CEO is talking about the price of the stock, that's guidance. And so you should have it checked first. Now, maybe he did have it checked first by a lawyer. Don't know. He did say it is his opinion. And maybe he's talking about the stock price because, well, we have a question coming up later in the episode that might shed some light on this. Who knows?
Okay, but clearly he's crazy because why would any CEO ever say something like that?
Okay, well, that wouldn't be the first time that he's talked about stuff like this. I mean, if we remember back in 2013 at a London event, he said, the stock price that we have is more than we have any right to deserve.
Okay, but that was back in 2013, and it was like, well, maybe it was overvalued back then.
Well, if you remember in December of 2019, he tweeted, whoa, the stock price is so high, LOL. And that was the day it hit 420.
Right, but that's because it's a 420 joke. This is different. He's just tweeting it out. It's not on something.
And you're right. I mean, it did bring the stock price down. Here's a chart of that day when he tweeted it out, and the stock dropped, about 40, 50 points. It is reminiscent to me of back during the Model 3 ramp when he was super tired. And I got to say, a lot of these tweets come in late at night. Maybe he's not getting enough sleep. Maybe he needs someone to remind him that, like, maybe it's time to shut down the Twitter account at 11 o'clock and then not revisit it again till the next morning.
Well, this could be something else entirely.
What?
With Elon doubling down on this whole freedom thing, it could be seen as that he just wants to get people back in his factory making products that he can make money. So, and you might be asking, well, so what? Of course he would want that. But he does personally have millions of dollars riding on this because basically if he can keep his company at above $100 billion valuation over a 6-month period, including at least 30 consecutive days, Elon would have the option to buy about 1.69 million shares at about $350 each. That's part of his contract. And so he would have a huge incentive to keep the stock price high. So all of this like freedom stuff makes it seem like he wants to keep the stock price high in order to make this giant stock options thing. So to show that he's a little bit more serious about the freedom thing as opposed to it just being about personal gains in terms of money, he would say something like, the stock is too high, in my opinion, to artificially lower the stock, thereby forgoing his payday in order to show how serious he was about his convictions about this particular thing.
None of that sounds crazy to me. It just sounds like he has convictions.
That's one way to read it. Now, I think the thing here, though, is that Elon does this tweet, and it's pretty out there in terms of normal CEO stuff.
Sure.
And so it's newsworthy. So they're sitting in the newsroom, all the writers for the news organizations, and they're divvying up all the news stories that week. And so the assignment editor is like, okay, we have Elon tweeted about this thing. Dave, I'm going to give you that. And then Dave goes on his computer. He's like, okay, I have to do some research. So he goes on, he reads the tweet about I think the stock price is too high. Then he starts reading some of Elon's other tweets. So Dave has not been following Elon's Twitter for the past 3 years, right? He doesn't know what Elon is usually doing on his Twitter account. So he sees the stock tweet, and then he starts going through, and he's like, this guy, he's lost his mind. He's lost his marbles. This guy is crazy because these tweets don't make any sense. Now, for someone like me who's been watching Elon's Twitter account meticulously for the past 3.5 years, not too much out of the ordinary other than the stock tweet, that is a little bit out of the ordinary, but not out of character. So for people who are, running around saying that he's crazy, it's a little overblown.
I think we've been talking about this a lot. We got other stories to get to, so we'll talk about this more on our Patreon bonus stories.
Thanks so much for watching this Now You Know clip.
Head over to Now You Know channel for full episodes of Tesla Time news and in depth.
And if you want to treat yourself and your family to something amazing, check this out.
Jesse and I have been enjoying Masterclass, where we've been learning all sorts of fun topics from the masters themselves.
Yeah, business leadership skills from Bob Iger. Yeah, that Bob Iger.
Jazz from Herbie Hancock.
Basketball from Steph Curry. Yeah, that Steph Curry.
And so many more.
Click the link down below to support our channel and experience what it's like to learn from the masters at Masterclass.